All right, and we are absolutely live, my man. So, thank you everyone, for tuning in to Happy Crippin' Wargaming. Tonight, we have an absolute treat for you. We have the Autist in here. Do you want me to call you by your real name or the Autist? What's comfortable for
You
you?
can just call me RS. That
Aris. Ooh.
works.
All right, that's what
Yeah.
we'll do. Then, and we're very honored to have him on tonight. So we had a big question, and tonight we're going to answer that question. And that question is, how the heck do our super shooty gunline armies actually play into these hard-hitting, powerful melee pressure list? And basically, I'm the melee pressure list guy. So kind of feel like I'm probably a great guy to ask this question. So what we're going to do today is we have the Tau. And the Tau are going to have a bunch of hard-hitting guns, all the range in the world, tons of maneuverability, and they're going to have to stand up to the high octane pressure that is the World Eaters. Uh, so you're going to get what you're looking for here on Happy Crep and Wargaming. So let me go ahead and break it down how this works. You guys feel free to chat, ask your questions away. The point of these entire live teaching streams is to teach the game. We're trying to get all of you better at the game. So ask questions away. We basically respond to everything. Super chats are super appreciated, but they're not 100% necessary. So don't feel like that you can't get your question answered just because you don't have money. No problems, guys. We appreciate everyone tuning in here. So I'm just going to go and get started. I'm going to break my army down for everybody. I have got Mr. Angry Ron. He is my warlord. He is a total badass. Look at this beautiful chap. He is a total pip. So the thing for you to be concerned about with Angron is the 22-inch turn 1 threat range. And I'll break that down how that works for you in just a little bit. Afterwards, I've got two 6-man units of Exalted 8-bound. Very, very strong, very, very hard hitting. They're going to have tons of attacks. They're going to be hitting on 2s or 3s, depending on whether I'm attacking vehicles, and they move exceptionally, exceptionally fast. Then we've got 2 units of normal 8-bound. These normal 8-bound will give reroll 1s to wound to everyone within 6 inches. And I should mention that the Exalted 8-bound will actually have a 6-inch aura of you can't fall back unless you pass a leadership test, which is very, very handy. After that, we've got 2 units of Berserkers. One is going to be attached to the Master of Executions, who basically will just kill literally anything he looks at because he's the hardest hitting character in the game. People think it's Angron, but it's actually him. And then we have a naked unit of Berserkers. The trick about the Berserkers is that if you shoot them, these bad boys will get to move d6 inches towards the closest enemy unit. So you can actually force them to charge you in your turn if you shoot them. So be aware of that, okay? And that only procs if you kill a model. Then we have 1 unit of Chaos Spawn. They're basically going to be screening and holding home fields. I've got the World Eater's Lord on Juggernaut. This guy has the Favorite of Corn Blessing, and he will allow me to re-roll my Blessings of Corn rolls. And I will kind of break down for you what those are. Actually, I need to load in my. Uh, I've also got a little piece here that will keep us nice and organized. And then lastly, we've got Lord Invocatus, who will give Scout to 2 infantry units. So essentially, the normal 8-bound have Scout built into them, and then the 2 Exalted 8-bound squads will get Scout because they're going to start within 6 inches of Invocatus. So I'm going to have a ton of Scout moves for you to deal with, okay?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Why don't you go ahead and break it? Sorry, go ahead.
I'm ready to get it run down.
All right, baby. Why don't you go ahead and break down what your army does, or what it is, and I think mostly we basically know what they do. They basically shoot the shit
Yeah.
out of everything.
Yeah. Basically, I'm playing Tau. I'm trying out some new lists. So crisis suits are the main thing. I have 1 squad on 6 with the cyclic arm blasters, which just shoot
Everything.
everything down. The Cold Star commander follows the 6-man unit. Then I have 1 3-man unit with fusion blasters, 3 fusion blasters each.
All right.
My very nice Farsight goes to those.
Farsight.
Farsight gives +1 to wound if they're within 9 of the enemy.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. And then we just have the last unit which is cyclic arm blasters again. This time just a crisis battle suit because I don't have the points for anything else.
And the first crisis battle, so the guy in the Cold Star, he has the upgrade that gives you your explosions in turn 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does the other one have?
And, +1 to hit wound.
For him or
that
his whole
guy
unit?
only.
Oh, for
Yeah,
just
for
for him.
that guy only. Yeah.
Right.
And then I have Tetras. They're
Yep.
surprisingly tanky and increases damage a lot for crisis suits. So basically every list just runs them.
Yes, sir.
I have some self suits for screening and whatnot.
Spotting stuff,
One
yeah.
with for spotting. Broadsides for the big threats. The Angrons or the Rhinos or whatever vehicles usually.
All right.
And shoots. Yeah, they shoot well as well because they have 2 missile drones each, and yeah, they kill. They also shoot down things. Who would have
Oh,
guessed
they
it?
have 2 missile pods each, so they get 4 shots at strength 7, AP2 damage 2 each.
Yeah,
Dang. All right, so these guys are nasty.
they are pretty nasty. And then
Cool.
they have the twin plasma rifle as well, plus the secret missile. So they
Oof.
shoot. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I have a squad of breachers. They
Okay.
have they have the amazing -1 to wound and shooting, which just doesn't really help against you, but
What are you talking about? It's the most useful thing ever in this matchup.
but they shoot pretty well because the Cadre Fireblade is attached to them, so they get +1 attack.
Okay.
So they they're gonna shoot, and they hit on 3s for Tau, which is pretty good.
Cool.
Then we have Shadow Sun,
Mm-hmm.
lone operative infiltrate, and she has reroll 1 aura, which is pretty amazing.
Sure.
Nothing too special. She has 2 twin fusion blasters, which is basically Melta for Tau.
And her aura gets reroll ones to hit to everything, right? Within 6 inches, or how far is it?
Within 6.
6. All right, cool. But and this unit with
Uh,
the one with the crisis battle suit, they always reroll ones to hit.
yeah,
Okay.
that's the Crisis Battlesuit ability.
Perfect.
Then you have the Ghost Scale, which is equipped with double Melta. So he has twin fusion collider, and then the fusion. Yeah, so he just has a lot of Melta attacks.
Cool.
So 1 on 18 inches and 1 on 12. Yeah, that's
And
pretty
for
much
your
it.
crisis suits, do they have the upgrade that gives them the invuln, or do they have the upgrade that lets them fall back and shoot and stuff?
The Invul.
All right. And that's on all 3 of them?
Yeah.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. Then I guess we probably just get right into it. So I am going to go ahead and take Assassinate and bring it down here.
Makes sense.
No, I'm not really going to try to hide that or anything. It is what it is. And what are you going to be running?
I'm gonna go tactical because I don't think you tactical, yeah, because I don't think you give enough on any fixed, and
Makes
I
sense
don't
to
have
me.
reliable secondary. I don't
So
have any very good
today
secondary.
we've got the Crucible of Battle and we have Priority Targets. Priority Targets is a really interesting mission. Interestingly enough, one thing that people don't think about on this mission is you only score 10 per turn and you get 5 at the end of the game. But there's no clause that saying you score at the end of your turn if you go second. So you only score at the beginning of your turn, regardless of whether you go first or second in the 5th round. People don't really notice that on that mission, so make sure that you guys read your mission cards because that can escape you. All right, my man. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of do our deployment on. We're gonna do it live. I'm gonna go ahead and roll my die, and you can roll 1 die, and we'll see who deploys first. I rolled a
Yep.
1, and you rolled a 4, so I assume that
I
means
rolled
I
a 4.
deploy first.
Yeah.
Cool. So I am gonna start the Master of Executions inside the Rhino, and I'll have 1 unit of Berserkers on the table. I'm gonna have 1 unit of 8 bound in reserve. And that is basically what I've got. So let's go ahead and figure out where we need to go. Can I drop Angron here and be safe turn 1? That is the question I need to ask. You move 18 with your crisis suits, right?
Yeah, only with the one with the Cold Star Commander.
Only with the big squad, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So Angron is basically not safe anywhere I put him, so let's just go ahead and start with the super easy one. I'm going to put my Corn Berserkers on this objective right here, and they'll be right there.
Yeah. I don't think I want to start anything in Deep Strike because.
Oh yeah, sorry, I should have asked you about that.
Yeah, I feel like I need all my shooting. Turn 1, because if not, I'm gonna get kind of fucked. I'll just put down some Tetris.
Now, are you sure you don't want to start anything in Deep Strike? Because you are taking tactical.
Uh, I mean, only I can put reserves, I guess,
You
because
can
I don't.
strat reserve, you can Deep Strike. You have lots of options here.
Yeah, it's just it's the crisis suits that can go deep strike, and
Hmm.
then it's of course the fire warriors and cadre fireblade is going into
Devilfish, yeah,
the devilfish. Yeah,
sure.
so that's a given. I'm thinking of taking like one squad of stealth suits into reserves.
Okay.
But
'Cause
I guess I'll do it.
Because if you
I'm
think
just
about the
like,
army I'm running right now, I'm not going to have the units to leave in my backfield to screen. So if you get
yeah, yeah,
deploy Talbot homers or you get behind, you could just pop in right here and do it, basically unfettered. So it's probably a smart idea to have a unit in Deep Strike to do something like that.
yeah. Mm, I've just figured out that a lot of melee armies just run at me, and then I don't have enough shooting turn one.
Sure, I get it. But we
But
do still need to be able to
those
score
won't
points.
make like the big difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
cool. All right, dude, you got someone supporting you. Eskil says Tau all the way. Ugh, ugh. I bet he's vegetarian too. I'm just playing with you, brother. I'm glad to have you along for the ride. All right, cool. So then I will go ahead and drop a unit of eggs. Let's just drop normal 8 bound, I think. We'll have some normal 8 bound go right about here.
No, I didn't drop anything.
Oh, did you not?
I think
No.
we,
Well, you
yeah,
should,
I think
yeah.
we
You should
put
do that.
Tetris right there.
Yeah, cool. It's not really going to change what I do, so I will just drop my 8 bound right here.
uh,
Your turn.
okay, let's see. I'll probably just go Brute Hounds.
Two towns, and they have a scout move, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
Scout 9 if I remember correctly now.
All right. So what is their purpose in your army?
Usually just secondary or screening.
Yeah, their purpose is to screen me, right? So basically, what you want to do with your Crew Hounds is you want to think about what is the most likely route Angron's going to take for a turn one
Well,
dive
it's
bomb,
definitely down here, right?
and you're going to want to stand in the place that's going to make it so that he can't stand there. Because while he can
Yeah,
fly over you, he still can't land on top of you, and that's how you need to think about your screening.
yeah. I'm trying to like, because if you stand here, it's 14. No, how it's he out
It's
moves.
22.
Yeah, it's 22. True.
Yeah, so I can get to here very
So
easily if I stand right there, and then I can be
yeah,
plus one
I
to
can
charge.
I can I can scout move right there if I put
Cool.
them here.
Perfect. So that basically is going to block this line of assault off for me. Good. All right, so you put your Brute Hounds down. I'm going to go ahead and drop some Chaos Spawn, I think.
Yes, sir.
Pop them on
Let's
over here.
see.
On to you.
Just put my Tetris down.
The Tetras. And if you guys who are watching don't know what Tetras do, these little bastards will give full rerolls to hit to any unit they guide. It is bananas. All right.
Yeah, no, and they move incredibly fast. So
Incredibly fast. I'll have my Corn Lord on Juggernaut right here.
let's see. Yeah, so that's just okay. Trying to figure out what to deploy next. I guess I'll to do my broadsides. I think
Sure.
because if you run down, let's see, you can scout move. How much
6
is it?
inches. So the minimal move for my infantry is going to be 17. And then I can
Seven,
potentially advance and charge as well.
17.
Well,
Like,
guaranteed minimum. Technically it could be 15, but you know.
yeah, I'll put them like back here, I guess, because then they can at least see down that road.
Sure. Just remember that you're also going to have to move block me, right? So, like for example, if
Yeah,
I want to do my scout move up this direction, then I'll still be able to come through, right?
Yeah, but it's 17 whole movement turn 1, right?
Yeah, but I can also get advance of charge, so it can be as much as 23 inches, right?
Oh, true. I fucking...
So you give me like an 8 inch, and I
Yeah,
can also make that
I'll...
a +1 too. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Put
Attaboy.
them further back. I completely forgot the advance and charge.
No
I'll
problemo.
flip
All
that
right, so you
down.
got some broadsides down there. That's good. I think I will pop a rhino. Where do I want my rhino to go? I think I can drop my rhino right about here.
Can you scout move the rhinos?
No.
No. I just played against Guard and they are allowed to, so.
Oh yeah. There's so the way
Yeah.
scouting dedicated transports, the way that works is if you have the scout keyword and you're inside your dedicated transport, the dedicated transport will get the scout keyword.
Yeah.
But that only applies to dedicated secure transport. Sometimes people will get that twisted and they'll think it'll apply to like any transport, only dedicated transports.
Yeah. Let's see. I guess I'll just put down like a squad of crisis suits because I have to put them down someplace.
Those are cyclics.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's the small squad. Uh, let's see. Kind of want to be able to shoot things
Everybody
if
likes to
need
shoot
be.
things. I'm with you on that one, man.
Uh, I'll just put them a little bit more to the side, I guess.
Sure. Okay. Let's go
Yep.
ahead and put my squad of 8-bound down. Pop them right here. And just need to pre-measure. So guys, you can use your scout moves very offensively or very defensively. So I can put them on the line here, which is going to screw up his deployment a little bit. While at the same time, if I go second, I just move them back here and they're going to be completely safe with my scout
Best
pick,
of
right?
both worlds.
Okay, so 8-bound are down.
Yeah. I think I'll do like a cheeky devilfish.
Devilfish.
Because I don't really care if you pop the turn 1. So
Cool.
if that's like a move block, then sure.
Seems reasonable. Okay, then my next drop is probably going to be some normal 8-bound. And I think we can
You
put
roll your dice at the start of the
battle rounds.
battle round, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So like if I go second, you'll know what I'm gonna have coming forward, right? And you can plan
Yeah.
your turn. You can play your turn planning on what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Um, where did these dudes go? Yeah, I think they'll go like here, if I'm not mistaken. Just need to make sure I leave space for him if I want him there. Because I might not. I don't know yet. So leave my dudes right there. And just how far is 6? So does 6 clear that? Yes, it does. Let's make sure. Okay. Those 8 bound are down.
I guess I'll put down Ghost Keel. And I'll slam.
Yeah, so a lot of times people like to use the ghost keel in the middle of the battlefield to like score secondaries and stuff for you. I'm not sure how that
I
works
feel like
here.
you just
It's kind of a
get killed.
slingshot for me if I do that, if you put him down here right now.
Yeah. I was wondering if like putting him on the side so he can get objective
Yeah, because you,
easier.
you do need to hold a objective, right? You're going to need a way
Yeah.
to do it.
So I feel like just because he moves 10, so he should be able to get on that objective right there.
Cool. Let me just pre-measure how far he gets with his scout move. Okay, perfect. So Lord Avocado is down. And he's the guy who gives me the 6-inch order scout move.
Yeah. Does he scout himself?
He does.
Yeah. I guess we'll put her down.
Shadow Sun. Yeah, having those bad boys reroll is probably really nice.
Yeah, especially since they have heavy, so they can hit on 2s just by being guided.
Ugh. All right, on. And then I only have one more drop, and I think it's Mr. Angry Ron himself. So if we go right here, this does give you a very clear line for your 6-man, which I don't particularly enjoy having a very clear line for your 6-man. But your 6-man doesn't. Does your 6-man kill him without the buffs? You'll get rerolls to hits. You'll get reroll 1s to wounds, so you're wounding me on. And I'll get full saves on my 2-ups, actually. Because you can't ignore cover unless you do it with
Yeah,
but,
with mark lights.
But that doesn't come from Tetras, right?
Yeah, they have mark lights.
So Tetras make you ignore cover and they give you full rerolls to hit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite good then.
They have even their ability is called high intensity marker lights.
Well, that's pretty dang good, isn't it? I think Angron probably safely stages right about here then. No, there's no safe staging there. That's not happening. Where can I safely stage him? Oh, nowhere. This is kind of actually really bad map for that. Interesting, isn't it? This is basically the only safe place to stage him. Yeah, looks like that's it.
Yeah, so he goes down. Can move
Basically.
22, wasn't that it?
Mm-hmm.
So you get like blocked by the containers at least.
I'm done deploying, so you can finish it up. Finish up all your comments now.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put the stealth suits. I was hoping to just use that to move block Angron if you put him down on this side.
Yeah, so one of the things that you can do, bud, is when you're playing someone like Orcs, or if you're playing against World Eaters, you can just look at the map and you'll know where Angron's going to deploy.
Yeah, no, but you had you had this way or this way. So I put the crew town here.
But these are not places where I can deploy, right? Because
no, yeah, but
I can't yeah, exactly. I can't deploy against you in these lanes with Angron. So Angron can deploy where my Rhino is, or Angron can really kind of deploy up here. Those are basically the two spots.
I think I'll just like put these guys so you have a little bit more move blocking.
Cool.
Because if you move 22, you get here, but then at least I can sacrifice stealth suits for you staying here.
Okay.
And then I'll just plop down crisis suits right about here.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, 3 inches. They're not within. As long as you can't consolidate into me, I should click off the.
Mm-hmm.
Probably something like this.
All right, man. So I think we're all deployed, so it's probably time for us to get going with this bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's roll a dice. Skill check. I roll a 4.
I got a 3.
Cool. So it is going to be World Eater's turn 1. So I get to do my scout moves, and then you do your scout moves. You only have the Crew Hounds for scout, right?
Yeah.
All right. So then I will just go ahead and move these bad boys 6 inches up. Then these guys can also move 6 inches up.
9, 11.
6 inches up. 6 inches up. Beep. And then we will do these guys, they're 6 inches.
We guaranteed the +2 to move, right?
Yeah, it's impossible not to have at least that.
Yeah.
I'll scout these guys up to this corner.
17. I'll be right here.
Alright. And you can stand right there. Okay, so that's gonna be all my scout moves. You can do yours.
Yeah. Just because you can get 17, I'll just move these guys.
Cheers, IRM. Appreciate it. He says good game to us, so appreciate him giving us the wishes. Nice guy.
Just probably do something like that.
Cool. All right, so let me roll my dice. I'm just gonna plop them on over here, and then I'm gonna click roll. So I have 2 4s, 2 5s, 1 6. So I'm not going to take an advance in charge here. What I will take instead is I'll take a feel no pain, and I will take a 2 inches to move.
Yeah.
And that'll be good enough for me. So let's just go ahead and start battle round 1. I'll click start game. Pew. And we can just start playing a little bit. If I just kind of move just like this. Cool. Then my Exalted 8-bound. Basically just going to stage right here in this corner as well. And yeah, you're not going to get here to see anything. These 8-bound will just come right about here. Get 18 inches move here. So you could come there, but you'd be stupid to. Then Mr. Angry Ron will get 16-inch move for free. So I could just advance him with a 17, get him right here. If I did that, let me just do a quick copy of him. So I'm just going to see where I can place him, right?
Yeah.
So we'll call this. Screen's getting a little convoluted. So I just got to move up the board, basically. That is my goal here. And when I move up the board, I need to make sure that you can only do minimal damage to me. So this is a very reliable place. You don't have to move at all. You can basically just stand right here and start blasting me. These guys can stand. If you don't kill me, that means in my turn it's quite easy for me to get to here and charge and annihilate. I think it's probably better if I just stand right here so you can't shoot me at all. But how far is this going to be then? Okay, so that means I can guaranteed move to here. And if you don't move up at all, it's a pretty easy hop. And if I do just say get him to like here, you can easily see over that, so that's not blocking anything. No real great place for him to be. So I think we'll just stage here for right now. Even here, you'll be able to see him with those guys, won't you?
All right. Yeah, but it's only 18-inch range on the weapons.
Oh, I thought they had 36 inches on those irons. Oh, is it only? It's only 18?
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was 36. Oh, okay.
The big, the Ghost Kills one is 36.
Oh, okay. So let me go ahead and roll in advance on Mr. Angry Round. All right, so we'll just go one, so we'll get at the 17 inches move, and we'll just drop him right about right there. So here, yeah, so you will have to move up if you're going to shoot me. So actually, yeah, we can just leave him right there. We'll leave him back here. And that way, if you want to shoot me, you can, but you'll have to move up a lot. Okay, I think that's base. Oh, and my rhino. Yeah, let's go ahead and advance that rhino as well. So that rhino will be moving very far. So he'll be moving 20 inches right now. Cool. Rhino moved up there. And I'm going to be done with my turn one, I believe.
So my turn then.
Yeah, so that's all I got. No scoring turn one. It's all about. Oh, wait, let me advance this chaos spawn too. Sorry, I forgot about them. So they go advance two, so they'll go 12 inches. Yeah, there. Okay, and I am all done. So on to you, sir. So this turn was all about just staging, and it's going to be up to you to figure out how you will respond.
Yeah,
So,
I'll just
so you're
draw.
going to draw behind enemy lines and overwhelming force. So overwhelming
The
force will
easiest
be
one.
hard, but I think you can score it a little bit.
You can maybe kill the rhino.
Totally.
Because the rhino has a, is it 3+ save on rhinos? Yeah.
Yep, 3 up arm save.
My biggest problem is where to move. uh, Croutons can't hold objectives. See, you can get 11-inch normal move with the +2, right?
Correct. So I can get an 11-inch normal move, and then I can also get an advance in charge. Now,
Yeah,
it's not hard for me to get advance in charge, although it's not guaranteed either. So basically, the way it works is I roll my blessings of corn roll, but I can
mm-hmm.
also re-roll it with my enhancement. And since I have a unit of berserkers on controlling an objective, I get to re-roll one of the dice as well.
Yeah,
And then if I kill a model, I can spend 1 CP to make another roll.
yeah.
So I've got plenty of ways to get myself the advanced charge if I need it.
I feel like I should at least block this off so you can't easily go through there.
Sure.
You can also come through here with the
hmm
17. Uh,
And I do have an auto advance 6 strat.
yeah, that's why I'm like taking the 17 inches.
Totally.
But you have to go through the crew towns, but you also have Master of Executioners in the Rhino, right?
Yes, sir.
And they get an extra +3.
For the disembark.
Yeah,
So that would be a 8. So that'd be 11-inch disembark with a potential advance charge.
yeah.
So I can get them a 17-inch move basically.
And that's pretty far.
It's pretty far, yes, sir. So identify your threats. What do you have to do this turn?
I'm just thinking of where to move the devilfish and the hounds to block movement for the most part.
Makes sense. Yeah, perfect. So that's exactly what you need to think about, right? This is not the turn where you need to try to kill me.
Uh,
This is the turn that if you
yeah,
try to kill me this turn, you're going to expose yourself and you're going to let the pressure list do its thing, which is annihilate you. And you don't need to get annihilated by the pressure list in turn two.
yeah. What I'm thinking is moving the hounds to block the rhino, and then using the devilfish to block the 8 bounds. But my problem there is the 8 bounds can just run through this building,
Yep,
and then
it's an issue.
it's the same
So you're
same
not
thing.
blocking them. So if you wanted to block them, the devilfish can't do it. You can block them with maybe breachers that can line this though. But I don't know
Yeah,
if you want to sacrifice breachers to do that.
yeah, that's also like a thing.
hmm
So it's not the easiest with the 8 bound placement right there, because
Yeah.
very hard to like.
So so I think we've already identified one thing just in list building we can change a little bit, right? We need a second unit of hounds.
Yeah. I yeah, it's like hard to find all the units I want in the list
Sure.
because
Well, that's
I
that's true
found
for
everything.
that's true for every single list that everyone ever builds.
Yeah. I don't know what to drop though, because
We'll talk about
mainly
after
right.
the we can talk about
Yeah,
that after the game, but
yeah,
let's go ahead and get our
yeah.
movement phase going.
Uh, uh, use Tetris to move luck, even though I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's move Devilfish up, because I can advance and still drop off the breachers.
Sure.
So we could go block Rhino, breachers run out, block there, and then Devilfish here.
Sure.
I think that's what I'll do. So even though it's not.
I think that's a basically correct decision, and one of the main reasons why I think it's a basically correct decision is that you're forcing me to kill these units and I don't give a shit about these units. I don't want to kill these units, right?
Yeah.
They are irrelevant to me, but now they're no longer going to be irrelevant to me. Now I have to kill them, which is super annoying. Yeah, I'll fix the coherency if you want to go do your other things. Cool.
Yeah.
They're good.
I'll just advance the Devilfish, even though I don't need to, I guess, because it has the movement to get here.
Well, then don't advance it so that you can get out and move normally, right?
Yeah, it has, if I remember correctly, the ability it has, it's
Can you move
advanced
normally? Can you
skill.
move normally if you advance that?
Units can disembark from this transfer after it has advanced.
Do so count as having made a normal move, so that means you can't move.
Yeah, it counts. Yeah, so I wouldn't advance it then.
No, it's the
Yeah,
same thing, right? So if you want
yeah.
to position your breachers, you need to get them out first, so that you can advance them and put them in the line that you need to put them in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True.
So like
Let's see.
if you want to line this with breachers to block these 8 bound, and then put the devilfish here, you'll need to get out first, put the breachers down, and then drop the devilfish there.
Am I misreading the ability then? Because I thought I
Let
could
me read it
only
here.
out.
Rapid units can disembark from this transport after it has advanced. Units that do so count as having made a normal move. So you can get out,
Yeah.
but you can't
Yeah.
position them at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's just me misreading.
Yep, that's the problems.
They move 6, so
Hmm?
I get an 11 out of the Devilfish.
No, you get 9 out of the devilfish.
Yeah, 9. I'm thinking. I'm thinking about your things as as I'm thinking of my own.
Right.
So 9 I can get here reliably, and I
And
can
then you can
advance
also
down
advance them.
the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll advance them out then. I
Cool.
get a 4.
He gets 4. So
So
technically, you can't really do that. You actually have to place them and then roll the advance because
yeah,
yeah. But it's fine here. Don't worry about it for right now.
yeah, okay. I could also place them with him, just so we are doing things correctly.
Yeah. And I know I just put up a 4-inch bubble, guys. The reason I did it is just it makes it a lot easier since you get to the TTS measures from the middle of the model, not from the actual edges. And so the edges, it's actually a lot more accurate for this thing to do a 4-inch bubble than a 3-inch. Just if anyone was confused by that.
So pretty sure it's just something like this, and
Sure.
then I move.
So then you roll a 4, so they get a 10-inch move now.
And yeah, so just line them up. I could also jump on objective, but you're
I think you're
going
already
to
on
roll
the
in anyway.
yeah. Are you on the objective from the inside of that? Let's find out.
Just not, I think.
Yeah, just not. So you can't hold it from the inside of it.
Yeah, I'll just plop these guys down like this then.
Cool. And you can actually spread these guys out a lot more than this, right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get like a little bit of line first.
Sure.
So
Because now you won't even actually you might not even really need to bring your devilfish over here, depending on how far you can
yeah,
actually get this guy.
can get that guy
Yeah. Well,
there. Um,
nah, you might because then I can still run through that way.
yeah, because this guy can get here. I'll probably have to get the devilfish up there, so I just have to check.
So let's scoot
Yeah,
this
so
guy
I
up
need
just
to
slightly.
advance the devilfish a little bit to get like a. I think I'll just clap them down like this, and then
Okay.
I'll try and have room for the devilfish, so I don't screw myself there.
Okie dokie. Let's roll that advancer. Ruh-roh.
1, nice. Let's see, 13, so I can get here with it.
Yes,
But I
you
have to
probably have to
turn as
move
well.
them. Nah, you probably just have to move them like this on the way out, right? Because I didn't rotate them at
Yeah,
all, so that was just a 5. So then that's going to leave you with another 8. It's just not going to be enough to do what you want to do.
yeah.
You probably
I
need
think
a
I'll,
3.
I think I'll, I think I'll reroll it then.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll just use the CP to reroll it.
Okay.
Because I think this is pretty important. And I
Yeah.
get a 2, so that's not what I want to see.
But you don't need to. You still don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to rotate. You should pull it out, right? So like, say
Yeah,
that was. Yeah. So just put it down at 3.5.
and then move.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's
For 9.5. 9.5. Yeah. There you go.
there we go. You still get here though. Yeah, you still get enough.
Yeah.
A little bit unlucky on the dice, but that happens.
But you could back it up by putting your ghost skill there, right? If you want to keep the
Yeah,
broadsides alive.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's why it's always nice to have the units in the back to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'll probably have to advance that guy as well though.
How far does he move?
10. I think I have to go 2 inches and then.
Well, you can just move him like this, right?
Yeah, I thought they went through the building then, but
No.
maybe not.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at it right here, right? So
Yeah,
that's a 4-inch move, and he hasn't done anything.
yeah.
Yeah, and
And
then
then
yeah, just finish it from
like,
there.
uh,
Yep.
like.
That's okay.
So I probably will have to advance him because,
I can't
or
pass
well,
within an inch of you, right?
you
So
can't pass within an inch. The devilfish has to maybe take away that aura.
oh yeah, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
from here to now, there's no way I can pass that.
no,
No way.
fine. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that's good then.
Hmm.
I don't really think it's anything I want to shoot, and I don't think I want to run up with things. These guys are gonna come down though.
So this is a problem for you, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna go right through that building right
Hmm.
there. These guys have 15. These guys are also 15. My stealth suits can block one of the units,
Yes.
so that's good. Then I have to bring something out here to block,
Hmm.
and that probably will have to be. Could maybe move Tetras out, but that feels like horrible to do. But I guess losing crisis suits is worse.
Well, it just really depends, right? So if I put my 6 man of Exalted 8 bound and say I kill these 3 with Farsight,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get to for free obliterate them with your 6 man, is that a worthy trade for you?
How many points is the exalted?
No, 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 no. Don't think about points. It's a terrible way to think. So
Yeah,
it's a 300 point unit, right? But it's a dump. It's a very foolish way to think about trades. Trade what my unit does, because you're one unit of 6 crisis suits. This thing has the potential to kill a single unit of my army every single turn, and by potential
yeah,
I mean
that's true.
it's guaranteed. So if I was able to trade 700 points of my army for this one brick, I would.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
that's fair.
So you can't think in terms of trading points for points. You have to trade utility for utility.
Yeah, and the Tetris increases damage output a lot, so I
A
don't
ton,
really want to. Yeah, I think it's like 78% or something. Some huge shit like that.
something.
um, I think it's fine if you kill them, but I want to pull them back so you at least go on the other side of the
Okay.
terrain piece.
Well, I have to no matter what, right? Because if I say I move here and I charge, I still have to base you.
Yeah, that's true. I won't say anything on that, but it was just more like, let's see, I'll just move the Tetris out of the way first,
Cool.
because I don't need to make things complicated for myself.
Makes sense.
um, yeah, but if I do like, because you can't do the stupid thing you could in ninth, which is basically like stand by the building and not be able to charge it ever through a wall.
Yeah, it's because we're playing WTC.
Yeah.
It's not. It wasn't a night thing. It was exactly the same in WTC and night.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a WTC thing. But even still, even if you could, you wouldn't be blocking me because I would just move up this way and
Yeah.
enter. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm aware, but
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. Cool.
and then it's just these guys, which I think I'll just move up. So you.
So why are you
Yes,
moving
that's
these up? I think this is a very bad decision, personally.
mostly since,
Just
well,
press
I guess
escape.
it limits this unit as well.
No,
Oh,
no,
I
no, no.
cannot press escape.
Yeah, if you just press escape, they'll drop back to where they were. The
Oh,
second you do that, if you move them up, Angron just flies over them and charges here.
yeah,
So right
that's
now you're blocking Angron with your freaking 10-point unit of Celsius.
yeah, because he moves. It was
He,
17, 22 if
yeah,
he
so
if
I
he.
can move him 22, but I still can't stand on you. So you're blocking me
Yeah,
with
okay,
this,
yeah, that's fair.
right? So don't make that
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah, fair. I
Cool.
guess this is probably my turn then. I can shoot a little bit, I think.
Yeah, shoot something. Shoot whatever you can.
'Cause he can yeah, this guy can see, right?
Yeah, but he
Uh,
advanced. Does he have assault weapons?
no, yeah, I forgot it's advanced.
Yeah.
My bad. I mean, I don't know. It's like two shots and these guys can't get an angle, I think.
Would you like to move them?
Yeah, but can I get an angle if I move? Let's see, because
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably kind of a tough one.
yeah, I don't think I have any like angles where I can shoot well.
Okay.
So I think this is probably just my turn.
Seems reasonable to me.
Yeah, and I would score nothing.
All right. Will you discard anything?
Yeah, I'll discard overwhelming force
So for
probably.
me personally, before you end, let me just say this right now. Are you sure you don't want to just like bring these guys up and start whittling Angron down at all?
Well, if I bring them up, am
I'm
I
talking
within
maybe like
range?
your three man because you have
Yeah,
the
but
meltas, right?
yeah, they have the meltas.
Oh, it's only
I'm
12
just
inches.
like,
Never mind. Never mind. It's
yeah,
only 12 inches. Sorry,
it's
I thought
12
it was 18.
inches, and I don't wanna, I don't feel like putting my crisis suit unit up there just yet because I feel like I need them to deal with this. And if Angron is getting kind of cucked by the stealth suits, then
Yeah.
at least I have one more turn to deal with him
No, that
after.
makes sense. I'm with you. You did have a question from some member of the chat, which is, did you not want to set up a potential Overwatch? So, for example, set these suits up in here for an Overwatch or something like that.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I didn't really think of it, to be honest.
Would you like to do that? Because I think that's a very good point.
Yeah, probably. Then I probably will move my wonderful Shadow Sun
Hmm.
and then just plop these guys like here. Uh, let's see.
Because she'll still give them reroll ones to hit, right? In Overwatch.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you might as well get yourself set up for that.
the crisis suit already. This guy already has that ability though.
Cool. Just setting them up so you'll have the lines here.
Yeah, within 12, no 24, but
Hmm.
18 on my weapons. So
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. Well then, if you click out, so which are you discarding both of them or just one of them?
I think I only discard overwhelming.
Okay.
So I think I can get behind enemy lines next turn if you don't,
So then you
if you
click
move
this
up
blue
early.
button for gain a CP.
Yeah,
Perfect. And the reason why we always use these gain a CP buttons, everyone, if you're watching my screen, watch when I click it. It says blue players already gained a CP. Because there can be multiple ways of you getting CP, and it's very easy to forget that you've already pressed the plus button. So whenever you press you gain a CP, just use the blue button, and it will remind you if you've already gained a CP.
yeah. I'll
And then
just
click on
take
over
over
me.
your turn then.
Hooray! All right, turn two. Let's see what I get in my favorite for chord rolls in the corn phase, everybody. Roll the dice. Hello! All right, so I do get the advance in charge. And then I also think I'm going to go ahead and take sustained hits right now. Or do I want double +2 to move? Yeah, I'll take +2 to move. Okie dokie. So let's let some nonsense out to play. These guys will go 11 plus whatever advance. So they're basically going to get that charge no matter what. So I don't need Angron to make that happen. Although I would love for Angron to make that happen. I can also get them over here, just eat this side as well, which would be pretty useful. And then these 8-bound are probably just going to have to eat your breachers, I think. Yep, that'll work. While at the same time, I think I'm going to let the Master of Executions out here, and I'm going to see if I can auto-advance them to here to make a 7-inch into Commander Shadowstone. That's what I think I need to do. Let's see here. First things first. Easy decisions to make are going to be... Oh, these 8-bound can also very easily get them as well. So I think we will... Do I need to give them the auto advance? Because 11 plus 6 is 17. I can actually turn that into a double charge into this squad and that squad, which might be the best move. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to spend 1 CP to auto advance my Exalted 8-bound, 6 inches.
Enough.
I assume you're going to Overwatch this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think maybe I should overcharge. I feel like I always fall in the trap of overcharging too much.
Yeah, so overcharging on Overwatch seems like a very silly idea to me personally.
Yeah.
Because what is,
Yeah,
like,
I'm aware.
like, what do you get out
But
of that? Because you're not going to hit with almost everything, even though you are
yeah,
rerolling ones to hit. You're still not hitting with basically everything. So it's like,
yeah.
how much benefit do
That's
you
that's
actually get?
why that's why I always was like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
Let's see, 18, 27 plus that guy, which is 39 attacks done.
Yeah, I agree with you, Lonely Vivo. Lonely Vivo says you need more breachers or hounds to screen. I completely agree with him.
Yeah. Let's see. I just have to my math completely wrong. 3 attacks each on the weapons,
So
plus
9
the
shots
leader has
each?
4. Yeah, but the leader has 1 extra, so
Yeah,
uh,
so 18, 27 plus 10, so 37? Because
plus 10 plus
oh, he has
20.
4 cyclic ion
Yeah,
plus. Okay,
yes,
so
4.
he's got 12. All right, so you're at 27 plus 12. It puts you at 39, right?
Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, so I had the correct math. Thank
Cool.
God for once. 39, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Hitting on sixes. Pretty good. Reroll those
Rerolling
ones.
ones.
Ooh, nice. We'll just get rid of
9,
this. Winning me
11,
on threes.
please. Nice.
Cool. AP1, right?
Forward. Yeah.
All right, so I will just start taking these guys, and these are damage 1, so I'll start taking these on the guys in cover. All right, so I fail 1, and I get a 5, or I don't have a Fiona Pain. It's a 6 of Fiona Pain on Exalted, excuse me. All right, so this guy's going to take 1 wound. See, and now
Yeah.
it's a really good thing that you didn't overcharge that, right? Because had you,
Yeah.
you might have
Now
lost
I.
a model
Yeah.
just for that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now I will go ahead and roll Angron's advance. Pretty good. So he'll move 21. I'm not sure I like that move on him. See, this is why you needed them to stay still. If you had moved up, he would have been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
21 inches. I think we can probably leave him here for right now. Yeah, we will do this still. Okay. Just leave him outside of an inch of you. Then these 8-bound are just going to move on up right here. Oh, and I held 1 and 2, so I'll score 10 on my primary. Excuse me, I should have already done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. And actually, so what we'll do is we'll roll in advance on these guys. Because I do want to go over here, I believe. So they'll go 11 plus 3, so 14 inches. Okay. Then Master of Executions. He gets the Ghost Keel to 8. Could get him. Think. Let's go ahead and we'll get the Master out, I suppose. So it really needs to kill these sounds. You know, I don't think I do get the Master out right now. I think I'm just going to kill the Crew Hounds with my Rhino. Avocado, we'll just advance him somewhere. That's 14. Like there, I think. Oh, he's got so much movement. Okay, he'll go there. Then these 8-bound, we can roll them as well. Go 5, so 11 plus 5 is going to be 16.
Take the minus for the Overwatch.
Hmm?
I forgot to put the Overwatch on the CP.
So basically, I think what you're noticing already is kind of the whole matchup, right? People when they're playing these super scary shooting armies, what they want to do is they want to take all the super scary shooting stuff. But the problem with that is then I can touch you. You have to take the boring stuff that you don't want to take. Because if you don't, you just line up into this place, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Um, okay. Yeah, so I think that's going to be all of my movements. So then we will do a charge phase. So I'm going to go ahead and charge Mr. Angry Ron into the um, crisis suit. Or not the. I think I want to charge him only if I can move 7 inches. Does this actually put me outside of engagement range of them? It does. So I need a 7-inch charge on him. Okay. So that's an interesting conversation. I won't need reroll to hit right now because I just have enough hits coming at you. So I think I will. Nah, I think that's silly. So Angron will go ahead and we'll go ahead and charge my 8-bound champions into your stealth suits and your crisis suits.
Yep.
Boop. All right, it's gonna be an 8. Okay. Let's do it like that, I think. Then I'm going to roll Angron into the crisis suits. He'll need a 7 for that. He gets an 8. That's what I needed. Perfection. And then I will no longer need my Exalted 8-bound into that unit.
No, you
So
really
I will
don't.
send them into your small crisis blob. Okay, they'll take the 6. Boop. Okay, then my 3-man 8-bound will go into your breachers. It's going to be a 7-inch move. Put him right there. Oh, we got a nice super chat from Mr. Totaface. Mr. Totaface, getting me a beer. You beautiful SOB. Look at you getting the orcs to win. You know the orcs are always going to win when there's nice crumpin. All right. So basically, what I think what we can do here, Bud, is what we're going to do tonight is we'll go ahead and do this combat phase, and then I think we probably just what we'll do is we'll do a live list building session. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, sure.
Because I think after this fight phase, there's almost no point in playing this matchup. But I think what can
Yeah,
be really beneficial for people is if we sit down and we chat, we figure out how the heck do we make this so that this doesn't happen again.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
One thing I'm probably misremembering from ninth, or
Yeah,
because I'm fairly new to Warhammer. To
sure.
be fair,
No
I
problems.
started like last year.
Yeah.
Um, uh, but if I remember correctly, in ninth you lost the fly keyword when you charged, right?
Yep.
So I completely forgot that you don't do that in 10th. So I was like, oh, Angron just charges over them, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was so careful about making sure that you didn't move them up and stuff, right? But you in ninth you still charged over people with fly as well.
Oh, you could.
Yeah, you
Ah,
did. I think
I'm
it
just
was in
misremembering.
the Nephilim book is when they changed it. I think it was definitely a thing in Nachmund that you couldn't. But yeah, so I think that was the issue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and roll these attacks, and if everything goes the way it should, then we'll just what we're gonna end up doing tonight, guys, is we'll shift this into a more of a list building theory practice for the Tau. And actually, if you guys have lists that you need working on, we can work on that as well for you guys also today. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start with Mr. Angry Ron into the Crisis Squad. He'll give the reroll aura. Um, so he'll do his 9 attacks, and he's gonna hit you on twos. He'll reroll those ones. That's going to give me 2 explosions, and then I'm going to wound on twos. And I get to reroll the 1 because of the 8 bound that are next to him. Cool. So that's going to be 10 at AP4.
10 at AP4 into Crisis Suits.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. So just 4 up invulns, and I made 4. And
No,
that's damage.
so you. All right, so what you would normally do is you would delete the ones that you make, not the ones that you didn't make.
Oh, oh yeah, my bad.
It's okay. It was 10. It was 10. So
Yeah,
it's no
yeah,
problem. I'm
same.
just to make things more expedient here. So basically, these
Yeah,
are going to be d6 plus 2 damage each. Make sure I'm not lying to you. Yeah, it's d6 plus 2. So the first one is going to be 6 damage, so 1 dies.
yeah,
Next one is going to be 4 damage, so 1's down to 2. Then he automatically dies. Then the third one dies with 6 damage, and then these two go in Farsight, and he's going to take an
yeah. He's
astronomical
gonna
amount
be
of damage.
yeah. Well, that's the squad.
Yep. Um,
Just delete them.
cool. And then the 8 bound will just come over here, and they're going to eat these dudes. I'm not going to roll those, they're dead. So my exalted 8 bound are going to move to be here, here, here. We will use their. I suppose we'll use their big fist actually, because those are what's going to be when you want twos. Yeah, we'll use their big fist, I think. Oh wait, you have the invulns on them, so we'll just do the normal attacks. So that's going to be 6 times 6, or 6 times 5 is 30, right? Yeah, that's 30. And then these are going to hit you on twos. All right, and those sixes are
Yeah,
going to
I
explode.
probably would activate the 6 plus feel no pain
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
for
Absolutely.
saving, just so.
Absolutely, sir. And then these will be when you want threes. Okay, I think I'm out of reroll range. I'm totally out of reroll range. So that's going to be 22 saves at AP2 damage too. Arturo Maldonado says these teaching streams are awesome. Bro, you're awesome. I appreciate you. And because Totaface was so gentlemanly to buy me a beer, I'm going to go to the fridge and grab myself said beer right now. 2 seconds. Gentlemen and scholars, this one's for you. Mr. Ian, appreciate you, sir. Okay. Oh, wow, you failed a bunch. Oh, geez.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what we're going to do here, guys, we more or less
You
know what's going to happen. So this squad is now dead. They're going to pile in. They're going to tag the Tetras. The Tetras might not even be able to fall back if they fail their leadership test, and the game is basically over. So if you watch what I did, so people make this mistake with these pressure guys, with these pressure lists. Okay, let me give a brief explanation of how my pressure list always work, and then what we're going to do is we're going to switch over and we're going to work on list building to help our friend here make sure that this doesn't happen to him again. Okay. So number one big thing with the pressure list that you're always going to see, gents and grots and gits, is its position. If you watch what I did turn one, my turn one actually took me about a grand total of 5 minutes. All I did is I moved my guys up into the corner. I didn't charge anything. I didn't even though I could have re-rolled my blessings and to get the advance of charge, I didn't do it. It's a trap to do that. What I did is I positioned myself perfectly. I rolled a pretty good advance on my rhino, so I was able to move him 20 inches to hang out right here, basically perfectly safe. I was able to stage these 8-bound perfectly safely right here, which really forced. I'm sorry. What did you want me calling you here? Because I know you didn't want your name.
I
Oh,
like.
you do want me to call you your name? Okay, all right, sorry.
Yeah, just go.
All right. So I know you told me, and I was trying to respect it, but all right, cool. Sorry,
Whatever.
he's a great guy. Sorry, buddy. I was trying to respect his privacy, but I'm a dickhead, so forgive me. So then I staged these guys in the middle because what this is going to do is I knew he had the ability to screen me down here, and I figured he was going to do it. But if he screens me here, that means he can't screen me in the middle because he doesn't have the units for it. So I forced him to decide: does he screen the bottom? Does he screen here? Or up top. And he had already kind of chosen up top. Now, I got a little bit lucky with Angron's charge here, I'll admit, but these 8-bounds still would have gone in and done the job, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't make a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, what I likely would have done is I would have just charged Angron only into them, and then
Yeah.
just charged also the 8-bound into them, and then piled into his units over here and fought.
Yeah, but what I probably should have done is push the self-sus a little bit up, and then just have like a guy that's still on the 22, so you couldn't move there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I made a video on this when I was talking about beating world eaters. So one of the things that you like to do is you like to screen kind of like this, right?
Yeah.
Because now that's much harder to not be on top of you,
Yeah.
right? So I think that's something that I want you to kind of take away from this for your next time. So, but guys, if you watched, this was all about staging. It's about getting you guys in position. Angron, I wasn't really afraid to lose him because honestly he comes back to life. So losing him turn one, you're almost certain to get him back. But I don't need to lose him right now. I could just have him hang back right here, and he's just doing his thing. It's okay. It's no problem. I can just go next turn. Because what I forced him to do, Ionic to do in his first turn, is I forced him to almost waste his first turn. He's not going to be able to score any points because if he does score any points, then he's going to immediately die. He's not going to be able to go for secondaries because if he exposes himself, he's going to immediately die. He's going to have to do basically what he did, which is an awful option. So pressure list is all about positioning. Now, Iotic, let's go on to you, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up a battle scribe here, and I'm gonna see if I can share my screen on my battle scribe. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta get a different setting here. Let's see if I can horse here. Image, not image. What am I looking for? All right, everyone, just cover your eyes for a second. The screen's gonna get a little weird while I try to capture a new window. Add a source. Oh, jeez. No, that was the wrong one. Here we go.
What I will say is probably I should have. Think I should have started the stealth suits, the other squad of stealth suits on the board,
Yeah.
even if that cost me secondaries, because then I at least have something I can put down in the middle.
So that is an option, but at that point in time, you can't take tactical, right?
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And
that's
you made your army for tactical.
yeah. To be fair, I actually never want to take tactical on Tau, but because if I can take fixed, if there's things that give like on the if there's things that give points on bring it down and assassinate, I usually always take it because killing is much easier for me than scoring tactical consistently.
I get that. So let's build a towel list together right now, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna build this thing to actually resist the pressure list. And I'm not trying to cheapen you guys on a teaching game. It's just like the game was done already. If we had just played it all out, you weren't gonna really learn anything. I think this is gonna be a much better use of everyone's time if we can go through something like this, right? So let's talk about this. We're gonna be Strike Force. We're gonna be Kalyan. No legends. What's the absolute number one thing that we have to have, Eirik?
Uh, Probably Tetris.
Yeah. So we're gonna need a
Yeah,
unit of Tetras at least, maybe even two, right? So let's just
yeah.
and it's only 80 points. So let's start that we have two. The reason why we need Tetras is because they give you full rerolls to hit, which means that when you combine those with a Crisis Blob, the unit's guaranteed to die.
You can also take the Fireside team for the same effect, which is a little bit cheaper, but
Okay.
you don't get the you don't get the movement, which I think is kind of important to find the angles to like be
Movement's
able
a
to activate
big
spot.
dang deal, that's for sure. So let's just start with Tetras,
Yeah,
okay? Let's start with Tetras. What's the next thing that we have to have?
at least one squad with crisis suits.
All right,
Yeah,
Ian, have a great
and
day. Appreciate you, Ian. Sorry, someone's popping out of chat, so I was just saying goodbye to him.
yeah.
So the next thing we obviously need is a mantra, right? Because that's 2,100 points that we need in our list. I'm obviously joking. Yeah, so we said that we want
Would be very
crisis.
fun.
Oh my gosh, just drop the manta. So we want crisis, and we're probably gonna want that 6-man. Although I'm not sold on the 6-man to be honest with you, but
No, I ran at Invasion. I ran 2 6-mans, and
yeah,
I was very disappointed.
one maximum of the 6-mans.
Yeah. Um, I also like jumped into Invasion with playing like 4 games of Tau before, because my demon list got hit pretty fucking hard.
Oh, the poor demons. Pour one out for your homies. Here's one for them. Drink them while you got them, folks. All right, so then we got a crisis blob. That's 360 points, and we need someone to lead them, and that's always going to be the cold star, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Because he's what gives them the and what is it? It's exemplar of the Callion
It
we need him to have.
gives yeah, Exemplar of Kion.
Cool. So we're gonna pop him an exemplar of Callion. Now I'll tell you something that you need that you're not taking.
You aren't streaming this on Discord, but that's fine.
Huh?
No, you aren't streaming it on Discord, but that's fine. We can just talk.
Oh yeah, if you look at the YouTube stream, you can see it. So
Yeah.
the next thing that you really do need, in my opinion, that you're not taking is you need Anva.
Yeah, I had him in Invasion actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I really like him, but because I used him against an orc player,
Yeah,
though I still lost that match because I don't know how to deal with the dual activation that the trucks provide.
sure. That's fair. And that's actually a very real problem that we could maybe talk about in a different one. But what Anva gives you is honestly, you can run Anva right into Angron.
Yeah, yeah, you can stop Angron with Anva.
And
No
that for
problem. Pretty
65
much.
points is unbelievably valuable. So for those of you who are watching this who don't know Anva, once per battle, he can use his ability to give models in his unit a 2-up invulnerable save. He has 2 bodyguards, so that gives you 3 2-up invulnerable save units. And they're essentially just going to say, nah, homie, not today.
Yeah, plus he has also -1 to hit and wound.
Yes, that's true. -1 to hit and win. It's like you cannot break through it with basically anything. And it's a 65 point model that what I suggest Eirik does is he has him running screening.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Against orcs, I used him against what's the named character on the Squig? Main
Mozrog.
Squig. Yeah,
Mozrog.
I
Yep.
just screened him with right into Mozrog, so we had to charge him, and I think he didn't even kill him on the first, on the
100
second try.
freaking percent. All right.
Didn't even kill him on the second try, so I was very happy with him then.
Easily. Now, let's look at your next best unit in this army because we've got the best unit, which is going to be the Crisis Blob. And we've got
Mm-hmm.
Anva. The next best unit is going to be, we're going to take three of them, and it's called Crew Hounds. They're 30 freaking points. You're going to take three of them.
Yeah.
You're a lunatic if you're not starting with three of those. For 30 points, get out of here. The value that they provide you is unreasonable. You can send them out
Yeah.
to deploy teleport homers. You can send them out to move block, and you never care if they die. They give up 0 points for secondaries. They cost you next to nothing. They give you trash drops so that you can just drop them first to make sure that your opponent doesn't know your plan. You
Yeah.
start every list from now on when you're building tile with three of these bad boys.
I will say the reason why I don't have 3 squads is
Mm-hmm.
because I only own 4 Cruise.
Well, I believe in you. I believe you can get more, whether through illicit or legal means. So let's go ahead and drop three of those bad boys down. Now, I really do enjoy actually having Farsight down. Uh,
Yeah. I also like Farsight, but then you have to at least have one more Crisis unit.
yep. So I think that 3-man is good. I think we do
Yeah.
want that 3-man. So let's go and let's put that 3-man in. I'm not sold on that 3-man needing to be whatever you call it, the fusions.
Meltas.
Yeah, I'm not sold on that. They have to be really close there. Um, but we'll go and put that other 3-man in for right now. And where is Force? I don't see him here. Commander,
In Epic Area.
Commander Culture, Ethereal Farsight. Oh yeah,
Oh,
Commander
no, you can't
Shadowstone.
take him with Anva. That's why I don't have him in this list.
Oh, you can't take them
Yeah.
together. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay,
Because he doesn't like the ethereals.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Well, that's fair. Ethereals are dicks. So let's start looking at these breachers because these breachers have so much freaking utility for you, and they actually shoot
Yeah,
really hard.
I really like the breachers actually.
So I think what we want is we're gonna want 2 units of or even 3 units of them. One, two, and three.
Yeah, I think you want the Cadre Fireblade with them because he adds a lot of damage
Because
with that unit.
what is his
He
what is his?
he
Yeah.
he adds +1 attack, if I remember correctly, attack characteristic for the ranged weapons.
Oh, geez.
Yeah,
Now the problem with that is now suddenly you're starting to give up a bunch of secondaries, right?
yeah,
We'll pull them in for right now, but we might have to drop them.
yeah. No, I don't. I'm not saying that every unit needs to have one.
Nah, I gotcha, I gotcha. But having him there does really increase the damage of him. But your breachers don't necessarily need to do damage. I think what their job is they're there to threaten damage and to take objectives and get you your points. I love what you did with those broadsides. I think they give a lot of value.
Yeah,
I think two of
big
those
fan
is
of the
super
broadsides.
reasonable.
Yeah, I tried to run 3, but I felt like I put too much points into like a unit that can't really shoot in everything it wants to shoot.
Sure.
Because because you want to like target him in the big stuff, but he also has the missile drones, so he can go into like the smaller things.
Okay.
But it's like kind of hard to pick targets for it.
I'm gonna drop in,
Because he
instead of Farsight here. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a Enforcer battle suit. A guy.
Enforcer, I don't even remember what the Enforcer
He
does right now.
increases your AP by 1.
Yeah, okay, that's
And that's very valuable in this edition where literally everything has AP. So let's put him
yeah,
down. All right, so let's look at what we have here. We actually still have like 200 points to go, which is really, really exciting to me. We've got Anba, which is a doorstop, which can stop anything in the game. We've got your Commander Cold Star and your Enforcer. So the Cold Star is going with a 6-man, and the Enforcer is going with a 3-man. Now, there is an argument for why you might actually want the Enforcer to go with 6-man and the Commander Cold Star to go with 3-man. Because
that,
that 3-man unit can trade earlier in the game. They can trade in round 2, and they can still
yeah,
go out and mess things up in round 2. That is
that's
very, very valuable.
that's probably more like what army you're playing against type of move though. It's like
It
It's
could
nice
be.
to have the flexibility though.
It's something I just want you to keep in your head, right? I want
Yeah.
you to think about it because it can be very, very important to make that switch on the fly. Then we've got three breachers, all in a devil's fish, 3 units of crew hounds, two broadsides. We've got our battleship units, 2 units of two tetras. And remember, these devilfish are actually kind of jerks because they have seeker missiles. They have two seeker missiles
Yeah.
each. So you still have actually a significant amount of anti-tank just chilling here.
Hmm.
And the broadsides are very anti-tank. Do you need more anti-tank than this?
Probably not with that many devil
I
fishes.
really, really don't think you do. It This is actually a full army we already have here, but we have 200 extra points to fill out. So what do we do with these last 200 points?
I like a ghost skill for holding an
I
objective.
love a ghost skill. I agree. That's 160. It is a little pricey.
Yeah, but he's incredibly tanky.
He's pretty tanky. What do? We give him the fusion, right?
Yeah, probably fusion, or you can go also cyclic. I've found success with both.
And then his twin Tau is going to be a burst cannon, or is it going to be the fusion blast? Oh, okay, give him a
You
twin
got the
fusion blaster.
fusion there,
Yeah.
I think.
So he takes a fusion collider and a twin fusion blaster.
Yeah,
Dude, Tau guns are hilariously named. I absolutely adore the names of their
yeah,
guns. All right, then so now we're left over. We have 55 points. Or we have 45 points left over. So that can get us another Cadre Fireblade, or we can drop that Cadre Fireblade, and that gives us 75 points for a unit of Vespid or Stealth Suits. Hmm.
I don't own Vespids. I would
Okay.
love them because they have a very good ability, if I remember correctly.
So yeah, let me read these Vespid because at the end of your movement phase, if this unit's not within engagement range of any main units, oh yeah, you can pick them back up.
Yeah,
That unit by itself
yeah,
opens up freaking tactical.
yeah. That's
Or
why
and
I really
honestly,
want them.
it opens up fixed as well because it's going to be getting you deploy over and over again.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Let's do this. Let's play around with this on TTS for a little bit, okay? I'm going to drop
okay.
this Cadre Fireblade. And I'm going to give you that unit of Vespid. I like this. Okay. All right. So here we go. Ready? This is our final army, and I want you to play around with this, and I want us to have another game. Maybe not tonight, but I want us to have another game with this.
Yeah,
So, and just for everyone watching, thanks for sticking around. I hope my thought process is good for you. Let me know if just hearing my thought process as I'm working through this is useful for everybody. So we're going to run Anva. He's your doorstop. His job is to make sure that when I run my Exalted Avon, when I run my Angron, when I run my Squighogs, when I run my whatever at you, he's going to say, not today, sir. Oh, no, no, Manfre. Then we've got your Commander in Cold Star and your Commander in Enforcer. These dudes are going to make sure that you have early round two serious game pressure that every army in the game has to be really concerned about. And then you're going to have tons of uh, I mean, you still have a lot of round two pressure with that list with that unit, even if you're not in Kalyan. So that is going to be all your big damage. Then we're going to run 3 units of breachers. These are your pressure. These are how you're going to be holding objectives. This is how you're going to be move blocking the crap out of people because they get out after you advance. This is how you're going to be
yeah,
scoring early objectives, whether you draw a tempting target, whether you need to deploy somewhere. It doesn't matter. They are your bread and butter. And they also shoot a lot harder than people think are expecting them to. We've got 1 unit of Vespids. This is your flex piece. So these guys are going to be popping down, getting deployed teleport homers. These guys are going to be picking back up in strategic reserve, dropping down on someone's objective after they abandon it. That's what they're for. Then you've got 3 units of crew hounds. These guys are going to be move blocking to crap. They're going to be getting you deploy teleport homers or early tempting targets, things like this, because you don't care about it when your enemy kills them. Completely irrelevant. And they're also trash drops since they have that sweet scout move. Then we have two
yeah,
broadside battle suits. These guys are holding lines ready to obliterate tanks and dreadnoughts and things like that. We love having them. We've already talked about our crisis battle suits. We have our ghost keel. He's got that super awesome ability where he just gets to hang out in the middle of nowhere and he's an infiltrator. He's got that lone op and he's going to be a tank and he's going to kill the crap out of people. So he's going to be scoring you primary, he's going to be scoring you secondary, and he's going to be a big anti-tank threat. And he doesn't die to MSU, so it's going to require me to actually dedicate something to kill him. Genus of
yeah. He has
Tetras.
the stealth drones as well,
Mm-hmm.
which blanks to the damage
Dude, he's
characteristics.
tanky, man. Then we're going to have the
Yeah.
two Tetras, and the two units of Tetras are basically just going to be enhancing all of your other outrageous damage. But they're also there they can be doing actions for you. They can be doing lots of other things for you, right? And then lastly, we're going to follow it up with my favorite units in the army in the game, which are always going to be transports. We have three Devilfishes, and these three Devilfishes are not only forcing dual activations, they're also serious anti-tank with the double secret missiles. I like this list. This list is a lot scarier to me, even though it does a little bit less damage than the list you just brought.
Yeah.
Does it make sense why?
Um. Yeah. I mean, the biggest reason for me like not having the crew towns and not having the Vespids is because I
Hmm.
just don't own them in real life.
And I completely understand that. And I'm not telling you that you need to run out and grab them or anything. But while
No, no, no.
we're on TTS, we can use the freedom that
Yeah,
TTS gives us, right?
that's why I love TTS. That's
Yeah.
that's how I could try
I,
the
I
transport run
I
with
don't
the
even have a
units.
World Eaters army in real life. I have to borrow my buddies if I need to use it, right? But I
Yeah.
get to play them. I get to play them on TTS. So one of the beauties of TTS, if you guys watching this are not on TTS, make sure you hop on it because it lets you try your army out before you buy it, and that is awesome. So cool. Um, yeah, so let's do this. We're gonna save this list. I like this one a lot. Let me check chat here for a second. I've been kind of peeking in, but I missed a few things. All right, so nice. Okay, so Lonely Vivo, he's got a question, and actually a big question. If you're not in the Discord, Lonely, you should hop in the Discord because this has actually been going on a lot in the Discord recently. But yeah, I've got I can talk about this for a moment. Let me switch my screen back. Um, and how do I do it? Let's just close this out. Oh, that was an annoying noise. Oh no. All right, done. All right, I don't know how to go back. Oh well. So we can't go back to the screen. So let's just have a brief little chat here about the new Necrons. New Necrons, you have a lot of killing potential in this Chaotic thing, but you are not nearly as tanky as you used to be. So you cannot play it aggressively. If you play it aggressively, bro, you are going to be horribly, horribly punished. Right? So I know I ran this list a few times, and we don't have like official points, but we did a pretty good approximation. If you try to say take your rates with infiltrate and then your two other units of race, and you try to just flood the board and you just try to get in position and try to dominate me as orcs, I am going to devour you. You've got no chance. You do not have the ability. You're not as tanky as you think you are. You don't hit as hard as you think you do. So it is a list that punishes with position. Those immortals have a disgusting overwatch. Those immortals have a disgusting payload delivery. But it is not a army that you're just going to go pressure the crap out of people. So hopefully that was useful for you. So guys, tonight actually was a little bit of a different stream than I was originally planning. We were planning on doing this teaching stream, but I actually think it was a really successful one because I think we learned a lot. Ira, thanks so much for being on here. Was this useful for you?
Yeah. It was mostly fun to play again
Well, good.
against you.
Well, I'm glad you had fun. I certainly enjoyed playing with you. But I think this was good. Um, oh, geez, that's what's
Yeah.
happening.
I mean, this is just what happens when you play against like pressure listed and don't have the resources you need.
Yeah, I think you played quite well, to be honest with you. I think it was a resource, just like you said. It was a resource issue.
Yeah.
But now that we've gone through the list building, I expect you to bring a little bit of a different list, and then we'll see how this thing works out. For those of you
Yeah.
guys who enjoy these teacher streams, who enjoy these little impromptu things, make sure you pop over the Discord. If you're a member of the Discord, that's the only way to be featured on these teaching streams. It essentially gets you a free coaching game, which is always nice. Coaching games are a little bit different because we go a little bit more in depth on them, but still. Uh, we've been discussing this new Necron Codex for quite a while already in the members section. We do have a free section in there as well. We don't have any of our faction specific channels in the free section, but we love our free members also. We definitely engage in there as well. But the Happy Corrupted Discord is a great place. We've got an awesome community. I'm really excited for all the people in there. We actually even have like a fitness tab in there where we're talking about like just how do we get more fit and live life more healthily, which is pretty cool. Some people might think that's cringe, but I think it's awesome. So thanks so much for your attention today. I think we are just going to sign off a little early today. We had a little bit more of a list building lesson tonight, um,
Yeah,
and I think that's okay. So you guys
yeah.
in attendance, you all rock. Eric, thanks so much for being here.